reflect on what it is you need to reinvent. Maybe there is something currently within your brand that needs to have a misperception or a myth redefined. Maybe there is a poor definition of something that needs more explaining, or you need to change the conversation around something that you've stood for in the past. Maybe something needs to be reshaped or reframed. Maybe you need to bring something back up to the surface that worked really well for several years, and for some reason you just forgot to keep using it as a part of that great value proposition that you've already built. So think about this for a second. Reflect on, one, is there an identity you're trying to own in this space? What is that identity? Is it currently the identity that exists with prospects and clients out there, or is this something that's just held within your team and the rest of the world doesn't know? Is there a feeling you're trying or attempting to capture when clients or advisors work with you? And can you distill this feeling down to one word? What is that word? Does everybody share the same feeling or the same one-word description of that feeling on your team? Where are there differences and where are there synergies? Is the problem you're solving clear? I love this one because most of us get so wrapped up in trying to provide solutions all day long for the clients that come to us that we almost forget how to empathize with the problem and where we can step into that conversation and have a powerful change conversation around what they can do better and how we understand where we're going to fit into their life and bring a solution to the table. These are the questions that can guide valuable conversations that lead to new growth strategy. They lead to higher strategic conversations around company direction and company vision. So my advice to you is this: carve out at least 30 to 60 minutes in your annual planning retreats or your annual planning meetings that are happening here in Q4. Talk about your brand message. Let these open-ended questions that I just mentioned occupy some of that space. Step back, have a conversation with your team. Are there any tangible elements from that conversation that serve then as the foundation for your growth strategy or your goal planning for next year? Here's the scary truth, and I see this all the time. If you don't take action on this, an opinion already exists out there about you, about your team, about what you deliver, about how you stack up against your competition, maybe about what the competition is promising right alongside you and winning the war on. So think about exactly what that current perception is. Do you want the control of that perception to continue to stay in other people's hands? Or is this the year that you kind of take the steering wheel and influence in a very intentional way that brand message and that brand narrative for you and your firm? The more you're able to articulate this, the better off your 2025 will be. Thanks for watching, and remember, your message matters.